guys, apparently you like crawling through old car collections. I happen to have a few of my own. Let's check them out. About 25 years ago, there was a local junkyard that went out of business. The guy basically retired, and he had been stashing interesting stuff in the back 40 for many, many years. And this 1950 two-door Buick, kind of a, I don't know, torpedo back they call them. I guess people like to modify these, turn them into lead sleds. And I hauled this one home. It does have an engine, the radiator's gone, and the engine is seized. Inline 8 overhead valve. Oh, hey, this one does have a radiator. Okay, it's the other one that's missing the radiator, I guess. We're missing our carburetor here, although it's probably something that could be collected. There's the air filter there inside. When this car came up here, the windows were not in great shape, but they were complete. That as typically happens. Somebody got in here and decided that they wanted to punch holes in all my vehicles. They missed a couple of windows. Fortunately, they missed the back window. That's the real important one. Glass is available for these. Not cheap. You know, it's definitely seen better days. It's pretty rusty. And I don't know whether it's something that I'd want to really try and get going again, but it is a really neat looking old car. Here we have another Buick. This is a 46, I believe. Buick 8, it says down there. And again, smashed out windows. This came from the same place as the other one. Yeah, put bricks through the windshield. Like, really, guys? Very neat old car. The back of this I've been using to store some of my flathead Ford treasures. Some good bits and pieces that I got here. This car came from Mud Lake City. It's been sitting here for a good number of years. It is a 1965 Beaumont convertible. And it's pretty rusty. The Beaumont was GM Canada's answer to the Pontiac GTO. Pontiacs were not easy to import into Canada in the 60s due to tariffs and trade issues. So what they did was they took a 65 Chevelle, which we've got there, and they put a pseudo kind of GTO dash in it. And you'll notice that the Acadian sign here is looks very similar to a Pontiac spear. This car has a 283 in it. Hard to tell. You see the Acadian grille. It's a little bit beat up, but not too bad. Basically, this would be a parts car if it wasn't for the fact that it's convertible. This has a 283 engine in it with no carburetor on it, and it is long since seized. But it is a small block Chevy, so maybe it's something that could be repaired. I picked this up. This came from the same junkyard as the other vehicles here, and it has a inline 6. I don't know, 250, wouldn't be a 235, I don't think. Not sure what that is. Anyways, 6-cylinder. Basically, I picked this up as a parts car. I think I don't remember what I paid for it. It wasn't very much. It did have windows in it when it arrived here, but as with many other things around here, the windows have disappeared. This is a Olds Royal Brougham from the early 1980s. It was given to me basically as a parts car. I'm not even really sure why I took it, but I did. It's pretty rusty, as you can see. The roof and vinyl car top tends to be hard on sheet metal underneath. The windows got smashed out of it, and here it sits. It has a pretty good running. I think it's an Olds 307, which has potential to be used someplace else. This is a neat machine. It's a bathtub Nash. This is a 1951 Statesman Super. And there were two issues that I had with getting this functional. One was that I couldn't find the serial number on it. And the second one was that the windows got smashed out of it. And I'm like, oh, I'll never find windows for a 1951 Nash. Well, the good news is I have found a place that sells windows. So that excuse has gone away, and I did find the serial number on it. It's located on the firewall, kind of right down in this area. It's not the easiest to see. The frame rails, this is a unibody car, and the frame rails are pretty rotten on it. It needs to be put up on a like a 4-post lift and have the unibody frame repairs made. I've done it on another Nash, and it's not that difficult to do. It's just a matter of having the car up in the air so you can get access to it. This one I've actually got ownership on. It is a 1981 Z28 Camaro. It's pretty rough. It was pretty rusty when I got it. I think I paid $100 for the car when I picked it up. And then of course, just like everything else around here, someone decided they wanted to smash the windows out of it. As you can see, it's got a little bit of cancer. And it was sitting up in the air properly. And obviously something's wrong with the springs. I'm guessing they've probably come up through the trunk floor. I've got keys for it someplace. But yeah, I'm thinking that car is going to need some major surgery underneath if I ever want to do anything with it. It would be a nice car, and they are definitely worth something now. But this is a pretty sad example. I think I might almost be better off getting another rebuild candidate and using this as a parts car. Here we have a 1986 Buick Regal. And again, it was a fully drivable car when it got parked in here. I just didn't have room for it at home. Somebody decided to smash all the windows out of it, which is a real shame. Probably a repairable car. When I bought it, the bottom of the doors were rusted out and had a blown transmission, both of which I've fixed. It does need a fuel tank. The fuel tank is rotten in it, and probably in around this drip rail here, there's a little bit of damage that needs to be looked at on the other side. I fixed it once, but it probably needs it again. This has a 3.8 liter V6 in it, and the granny gears. It is pretty plain Jane car, pretty sad power-wise to drive down the road, pretty gutless, but got good mileage. Drove nice. I'm thinking LS swap might be an interesting combination. Future project. I got something in mind I could possibly use this 3.8 liter V6 for, so we'll have to check into that. Let this be a lesson to you. I bought this car when I was in my mid-20s and promptly blasted it apart. Don't do that. If you're going to try and restore a car, keep it as assembled as possible. Only take apart what you need to fix things. And that way it doesn't end up as a pile of parts sitting in a junk heap 20 years down the road. Most of the rust repairs have been completed on this thing. A little bit on the cross member there is left. This roll pan I basically built from scratch. It's kind of sad to have it just sitting here as a rust bucket, but I think we'll just call this a learning experience. Here we have the remnants of a 1929 Nash Cabriolet or Roadster. It was a nice car at one time, but when I bought it, it was basically a pile of parts. That's what these fenders that are up on the 47 are from. The grill shells in there. There's a few bits and pieces from the 29 are mixed in with the 47 parts, but I don't know that this is ever going to be anything. The problem with these is they were kind of along the lines of like a Chevy, where they were a wood frame with sheet metal attached to it, and when the wood's gone, you don't have much in the way of sheet metal left. That's where we are at with this thing. I don't think there was a rear end under it. There was a, I think there's a Ford 8-inch under the back end of this thing. Did have a Pinto front end on it at one time, but that disappeared before I got the car. And the old car rescue guys were interested in this one, but I don't know, obviously they weren't that interested. They didn't take it away. Finally, we have the 53 Ford. And this is the reason that I am here today. I'm working on this old beast. I'm going to see if we can get it running. I'm doing a bit of a will it run series on it. It's been, well, I got 2 or 3 segments shot already. Paste it all together. It's probably going to be an hour or so long video. See if that meets with your approval. This came from the same place as the Buicks, from that junkyard. It's not in that bad a shape. It's got some dings and dents, but you know, nothing that can't be massaged out, or you know, sheet metal is available. In the back here I've got a bunch of flathead Ford parts. I think there's 4 blocks and a whole bunch of associated bits and pieces. I don't know whether any of this is could be salvaged. It's been sitting here for 25 years and it was pretty junky when I got it, but there's, I think, 2 Model 59s with the integral bell housing, and then 2 8ABs. Here's a 59AB head. This would be a head for this car. Another 59AB head. That's a 8AB, I think. An 8RT head, so that's a basically an 8AB. We've got a 3-speed transmission, all sorts of interesting stuff here. The carburetors that I've filmed doing some rebuild on actually came from this collection, so lots of old stuff. That's my collection. I'm not actively looking to sell anything. I sold one here a couple of years ago and I've been regretting it ever since. But if you see something here that you absolutely can't live without, reach out. At least we can have a discussion. But that's it for today. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Give me a thumb up if you got this far in the video. And if you want to see more from Doug's Messy Garage, why don't you hit that subscribe button, maybe ring the bell icon, and we'll catch you guys in the next mess. Thanks for watching.